want to receive monies from UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world, Supersonic's money transfer has got you covered. With the largest payout network in the Gambia, you can now receive your monies anywhere you are, from Kartong to Koina, with less hassle. Yes! You can receive monies from your family and friends in UK, Europe, USA, Canada, Switzerland, and the rest of the world with our safe, secure, fast, and convenient service that offers you the largest selection of payout locations in the Gambia. Supersonic's money transfer. We are currently in 34 African countries and counting, giving you quality money remittance services that are second to none. Visit the Google Play Store or the Apple Store today to download the Supersonics Money Transfer app and enjoy excellent money transfer services only with Supersonics.
su fekkee ne gan nga te dëkk fii si biir Washington State te it jotaanguloo am xaalis bu bàyyeekoo si nguur gu mag gi wala unemployment insurance li ko waral mooy sa ñàkk a kayit fii si biir réew mi te it jànkuwante nga ak jafe-jafe yu bari si diiri COVID-19 bi bul jaaxle ti benn yoon ndaxte mun ngaa dem bindu si Washington COVID-19 Immigrant Relief Fund bi léegi nii lii nag boo si bindoo bañ jël la maanaam bañ approve la dinañ la jox xaalis bi nag lu si gën a néew toll na si $1,000 xaalis bi nag du bor doo ko fay te kenn du la ko fayeeku sa information yi ngi ñuy jox mi ngi si loxo yu wóor duñ ko musa jël génne di ko jox nguur gi wala ICE te it bindu bi nga bindu nii du nekk gàllankoor wala jafe-jafe soo waree dem uti kayit mun ngaa bokk si lii nga bindal ko sa bopp wala nga ñëw ñu jàppale la si wolof lii nag mi ngi tàmbale ko si September 19 atum 2022 ba November 14 si atum 2022 te li si gën a neex mooy free la laajuñ la si benn fay.
If your application is approved, you will receive a payment of at least $1,000. It's not a loan, and you will not have to pay back anything.
And questions will be allowed later after his deliberation. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. First of all, let me say good evening to you all and welcome to this Sarah Biram Hall here. And of course, I want to equally welcome my GDC Executive Committee members that are here present. This press conference is going to be in local language for the benefit of majority Gambians. But journalists have the right to ask questions in any language they feel asking. Before we start discussions, I would first of all beg your indulgence. Today we have we have a great loss. One of our elders, who is the father of my ex-officer of the North Bank region, Honorable Ablai Jallo, lost his father. And I almost canceled this press conference because it's a very big loss to us. And if you allow me, then we can all together make prayers and pray for him. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Thank you.
A minute silence, please.
My name is Bua Gamigo and I work for Shilman. My question, I have a couple of questions, but one is so you made mention of registering people that are on Gambia, so that are residing in Gambia or they are on Gambia. So if there is if we are careful, if we are run a lot of Gambians will work from home. And then Gambians to have the actually lead the board according to what you said in your statement, if I get you right. Do you still believe that non-Gambians are to register, or do you have suspicions that during this VAT registration, that is the new one, you think Gambians are to register? That is the first question. I actually have some more questions. I don't know whether.
Somebody writing
Yes.
questions.
All right, thank you very much. I'm example for this perspective. During your deliberation, you highlighted on the current situation of the security situation of the country. So what mechanism do you think should be put in place to help cope these threats in the country?
Can we have those three questions first and
Go
then?
ahead. Repeat the question.
But, I think the first question was about the nation address. I believe I have very little comment on that, other than perhaps to give advice to my brother, that is President Barrow, that whoever is writing him the speech should do as much as possible and look at the issues, facts that are facing this country. Let it be a realistic speech, because most of the things said in that document is kind of repeating the same things that they have been saying for years now. The facts were not discussed. The situation of high rocketing of prices, essential commodities, the difficulties Gambians are facing trying to feed themselves, the killings, and so many other things. I think this would help him catch exactly what is happening in this country and try to tell us what they have as a solution to those challenges. Not to put the blame on Russia and Ukraine or COVID-19. It has been experienced all right. So, but for your country, you should try to find a solution and be very frank and honest to your people and tell them exactly what's happening. On the issue of the newly introduced birth certificate, you know, the possibility of registering non-citizens is very high, where the alcalo and the chief have the power to give you a document that will avail you the opportunity to be registered and given a birth certificate in this country. I'm not accusing them for anything, but the examples were very clear during the last presidential election. Unfortunately, the petition put before the court was never listened to, but there are a lot of evidence that non-Gambians were given voters' cards. And until that is proven wrong, for me, it exists. So we have to be very mindful. I am not saying it should be stopped, but there are Gambians that are identity card holders, birth certificates, passports. They should not be denied, or it should not be made difficult for them to acquire one, instead of asking them about their parents' documents. At the Alcalos level, perhaps, or the chief, all these questions are not coming. Instead, information reaching me, I stand to be corrected, I may be wrong, is that some of them are asking for money from this, or for this. It's happening, so that's why I talk about it. But my understanding about the whole situation is, let us be very mindful. I heard them, I think some time ago, saying that they have registered almost 200 and something thousand people within a short period of time, which is even faster than the registration process, voter registration process. What are we expecting in a year or so? What do you think is going to be the population of the Gambia? There I'm talking about. So we need to be mindful. On the issue of the security, I think I am one of those that have talked about security very often in this country. In many of my interviews, in fact, last year, I even went to an extent of urging some of these parastatals companies to help by mobility for our security personnel. And people were laughing at this. They thought it was a joke. But do our security have the logistics? Is there anybody that is motivating them? We have to recognize that these are Gambians and peace-loving people, and they have put their life for this country and are ready to continue putting their life to make sure that they defend and protect the integrity and the lives and properties of the people of this country. They are ready to do that. Give them all the logistics they need, the mobility, everything. Motivate them. Bring down the army. Let them be everywhere in this country. You cannot compromise with security, my friends. And I think you who asked the question knows that this is not the Gambia that we used to know. It has changed. And it did not change for the better. I think these are the only three questions. Any other question?
I have a lot of questions, but I'm limited to ask only one question. The one that I would ask, you have asked, or you have called on the president to act on all the issues that you have made mention of. My question will be, what would you have done if you were the president of the Gambia today? Thank you. Is there any other?
I think I will start with what was the first question? If you tell me
What would you have done about all these allegations? The advices you gave to the president?
Well, thank you very much. I don't want to be like my brother Musa Yali Bachiri to ask the president to give me run this country for 3 months. But I think that is why I am talking the way I am talking now. I believe I would have been more serious without compromising the security sector than as it is happening now. As I said, the moment you joke with security, you are joking with everybody's life. And we all need to be protected. And if you do follow my meetings or sometimes my interviews or sometimes my press conferences, I can proudly say that in this platform is one of the platforms that most of the time security matters are discussed. The Gambian security. A security personnel or security system or security, that we have in this country, and I'm very proud of them. I have talked about it even in 2016-17 when the economic came in. Without them, we would not have been here today discussing politics. But they choose to protect the lives and properties of the Gambian people. Very proud of them. Go through the records, you will often see me talking about our security. Because these are the people we have. We cannot send them away. It's just not possible. We need them. So I would have taken all the necessary steps, give them all the logistics that they need. In fact, I would have turned this country into a police state. Every corner you go, you will find a security personnel because the people need to move freely, and that alone will encourage investors to come and invest in this country. On the issue of the economic, you said I have made a very serious allegation. I do not make serious allegations. I said it's causing more harm than good. And the reason is that the simple name that they are here on peacekeeping. Peacekeeping. Where there is peacekeeping, there is a war, or there was a war. We do not experience war in this country since, I believe, 1981. Since 1981, we are not at war. I am not saying President Barrow should not have the security that he trusts or the security he wants, but let them come in a different name. Somebody outside, his or her understanding is that the Gambia is at war or the Gambia is not stable. That's why we have peace mission, keeping forces in the Gambia. And that is my reason. Because they are here to protect President and his family. Period. And I don't want to touch into that area. He knows better why he wants them. It's his right if he so feel. But again, on the side of Gambians, the name peacekeeping is something else. Unless and until I'm convinced that outside Gambia, people are not recognizing or seeing the Gambia as a country in a war zone. So that is my reason. On the issue of us not talking about birth certificate or people, or how to call it, foreigners or non-Gambians being registered, we have talked about it, my brother. I personally have started questioning the registration process even before they end the registration. I think I have an interview here at this hotel, and I gave Nemakunku as an example. that the last registration before this one, the number of people that were registered in Nemakunku decreases. So you want to tell me all those people were dead? Where do they come to match the number? And after the elections, that have nothing to do with party agents. A party agent, how do you know that this man is a foreigner and is not a foreigner? How would you know that? By the name? Like my Jola man said, there can be no Bakontongo in Jarasoma. The evidence were put before the High Court. And the High Court decided not to list it. It's fine. It's past and gone. But it remains in our minds. So we have to be very careful. On the issue of me meeting the president, I think I have talked about this many times. Was it the first time me meeting the president or requesting to meet the president? I have met the president several times. And I will continue meeting him as long as I want to meet him. Or I will request meeting him as long as I want to meet him. As I told you earlier on, I don't see President Barrow as my enemy. And I'm not taking him as my enemy. He's just my rival. At the end of the day, I have nothing against him personally. The simple fact while we're talking about him is because he's at the presidency. If not, I don't need to talk about him. So whenever the time comes for me to tell Gambians whatever happened, I will let you know, inshallah. Any other question?
Thank you so much. As I said, my name is Ibrahim Ademare from Digitalization TV. I would drag into politics. What I would ask is, what is your preparation of local government election after losing the presidential election and after losing the primary election too? What is DDC's preparation towards the local government election?
Thank you.
Very quickly, very quickly.
Just have to put it to you that the GDC is not yet dissolved. GDC still exists and is a political party. As long as it exists, we will follow the electoral laws of this country. So it is not a question of if we are getting preparing ourselves for the coming Congress. I think that is an obvious thing. On the issue of
prepared the local government.
if I am prepared, that is why the party is registered for elections. And the simple fact that there is this GDC and there are candidates, we expect to win and lose elections. It's nothing new. But that will not stop us from preparing for other elections. We are more than prepared, my brother. Inshallah, when the time comes, you will know that the GDC is prepared. As long as the party exists, we will contest every election. We are not a political party. No, we are not a handbag political party. That a political party that exists and does not contest elections. We thank Allah that the party have grown this far. So we are ready. What is the other question?
Are you sure that the Kandeh have the resources to?
Well, yeah, of course, the moment we are able to do it, then it's sustainable. Because with digitalization system, it will help you reduce corruption. You cannot eradicate corruption, but it will help you reduce corruption because everything will be monitored and be controlled. So it is a process to help the government collect more revenue and everything is going to be legalized, everything is going to be monitored. So why is it not sustainable? If you and I support it, it will. But the moment it is in place, and you and I are trying to take the back way all the time, it cannot work. But I'm sure there will be conditions and penalties attached to that. If you want the system, you are caught, then you pay. It's simple. So the best way to reduce corruption is to make sure, because it's today world is all about digitalization, e-governance. I told you about a digital hospital. You don't need a file to be moving from one place to the other. You don't need a medical prescription to go and take to the pharmacy and give somebody. You just need a code. Enter the code, the machine will bring you the medicine you need. How can you steal that medicine when you don't have access to go there? So I think it's the best thing that we can introduce in this country to reduce corruption. Any other question?
So what do you think the government should do?
It's not possible. The issue of the OIC summit, I don't think if government can do anything as at now for the OIC summit to take place this year. All the necessary logistics to be put in place are not in place. And I believe, as usual, the year end will be in December. And we are fast approaching October, and we kind of have only 2-3 months to go. And I don't expect the 20 roads that are supposed to be built will be completed within these 3 months. And the foundation stone that they have laid, the Radisson Hotel, I don't think if even the works have started. So the signs are there. It is not me telling you that it's not going to happen. It is the signs that are telling you that it's not going to happen. I wish it can happen, because perhaps through that I will have my Nemakunku Road built. But I think what they can do is to continue negotiate with the Arab League and perhaps have it another time, because we need it. On the issue of MC Cham should have been in a better position to answer, but you directed the question to me if I will do the same like MC. MC was speaking on behalf of GDC, and I am the Secretary General Party Leader and flag bearer of the party. I am starting from President Adama Barrow to come to the GDC, not only talking about people that have left the party, but I'm starting from President Adama Barrow, my brother. So meaning, I want every Gambian to come and join the GDC. We have nothing against anybody. And we are fighting with nobody. Those that believe have come to learn in the GDC and are now qualified, I'm happy if they can do it on their own. I don't own anybody. Nobody owes me an obligation. I'm not paying anybody a salary. It is not a force that somebody should be a member of the GDC. So I'm happy if you become a member of the party. But again,
it is your right to remain in the party or leave. Until now, nobody ever left this party. And I stand on a television or in a political rally, I even mention your name. I don't do that. So many people have learned a lot from this party. And in fact, the party become the diamond of this country. The moment somebody is said to be a member of the GDC, want to leave, everybody is welcoming you. So you become a diamond. But at the end of the day, anyway, then give me the next question.
The next question is the dead bodies, the evidence of the dead bodies.
About the issue of the dead bodies, if I have evidence, it is now up to you as a journalist. Go and do your research. If what Honorable Kandeh is saying is true, go to the dead house, go to the ministry. It is now your responsibility. So, the issue of GDC and APRC No Alliance, we have an MOU. The MOU covers both presidential, parliamentary, and local of government elections. So I think that have answered your question. Omar, on this note, I want to thank everybody. I pray to the Almighty Allah. May Allah give us all good health, long life, and to a better Gambia. I thank you so much. Some of the issues will come another time. Assalamu alaikum.
Chimchina tong, du chaku kanjakawi, Washington, tem kaw unoro mak, di bitende bampani vinkri pisiyam puya. Ko, mkatu lemp, mkati kata, mkaw unoro mak, du seni. Chim pichanga timu, ebe nirano, bu tingi taja, tukan legi kitub ki pichanga timu, the Washington COVID-19 Relief Fund. Ika buko ulu umil uncham US dollar. Unchamu ichitiba tiet. Ndika look teburka yepu pulukoko. Kambeku na bukul, brika fakul, brika wulkul pisien, teburka wulkul ice. Teko irika norano, wi uchim ngalka kai kater uchaku munto. Bitendi bi, mpuruputub ki pichanga timu, purpu kabul, o chim purat, purpu pijawkul, ba pichen orka tim, purpu kabu tendi. Ti ngalti monjaku plane. Application bi, kajoti ti pli November, pli September, gunun taja nginun uwas, katipu te pli November, gunun taja nginun gubaki. Te koi, chitibuluk, achi free. Uchim ngal ba juraru legi. Tipanki bonfu na ba nyaka ki, wo wak, ko juraru legi.
kuy wut fu muy fanaan ak kuy wut ku ko wétali xanaa delloo buntu gi war la naa boole Yaa Faatu's Guest House tijjil na leen buntu bi ñu leen fa am ak ñaari cabinet salle yu yaaña
amal leen li nga xamante ne mooy cabinet ak salle ñu ngi leen amal AC ak fan
salle bi nag lépp li ngeen soxla am na fa sofa yu nooy ñoo fa nekk TV bank fa cabinet boo dugga lal yu nooy leen fa amal nañ leen fa AC ak li nga xam ne moom mooy fan toilette yu set wicc amal nañ leen fa kitchen microwave fridge and room bu baax dama ne teranga day mut moo taxit Yaa Faatu's Guest House amal leen extra kitchen lépp lu ngeen bëgg a togg mun ngeen ko toggee si gas cooker bii nii
kuy xalam di si jaayu nag barke bi yaay borom amal ne li nga xamante ne mooy ndox ak courant 24/7 bu leen tiit bu leen ragal bu leen xoof ndax amal ne lii di CCTV caméra
seet si leen ñu si Farafenni gannaaw garage base bi Kawur highway
very clean every day am na cleaning service ratio bi amul fenn
Yaa Faatu's Guest House teranga àdduna bët kon nag seet si leen ñu